Hi, thanks for joining me. Today I want to show you how to do an artificial deckled edge. What you'll need is one of these little scraper putty things. You can pick this up almost anywhere. This one is plastic, but some are metal. You need a container with some water and of course a sponge. You'll need pencil and a ruler if you haven't already ripped your paper. So what I've done already is I sized the paper and I tore it. And when you tear your paper, you rip it this way. Rip it like that. And it'll give you this small artificial deckled edge. See, it's not really deckled, but you can see in here where some of the layers have been ripped apart. Do not cut it. And we want to get this desirable deckled edge here. It's gorgeous. That is desirable, and that's what you want. So in order to get that, you just lay your paper down. As you can see, I've been moving it around. See that? See how it's starting to deckle? Isn't it gorgeous? Yes, it's not quite dry yet, but I don't want to overdo it. So you don't do it all at once. You do a little at a time, and then you go back over it if you need to. So this is what I'm doing. Have the sponge in here, and I wring out a little, not much. It's still very wet. See, watch. Still a lot of water in there. You want a lot of water in it. You don't want it dripping, but you want a lot of water. Then you just come along the edge, making sure there's a generous amount of water. It's like puddling. I want it to puddle on the edge, but not on the paper. I put a little too much there because I puddled on the paper. And if it puddles on the paper, you can just take a paper towel and get it off because this is watercolor paper. Now you're going to take this edge here. And remember, it's a ratty edge, so don't try to be uniform. I'm going to go side to side, just here on the edge. Side to side. I'm going in like 1/8 of an inch and then pull down. Side to side. Not too hard, but you need to rough it. So it's going to be harder than what you would normally do because this is paper. You don't want to tear it, but you do want to make the edges ratty. And then that will remove quite a bit, just along the edge, not much. You just want that 1/8 of an inch. Go side to side. Make sure you go side to side. And you can tell where I go side to side a little bit more. It's starting to get thin. It's a little thick there, and it's thin there. And I'm going to do this all along the edge. So let me go in a little tighter so you can see that it's really starting to, the layers are coming apart here and here. That's what we want. See how it's getting thin here, thicker, thin. That's what you want. You don't want it too thin, but you want it just right. And then in some spots, I will go back in. Watch this. I'll go back in because I've already did that, and it looks thin in there. Just go back in, taking it sort of to the side, and that way you'll get it to look more like it was hand poured that way. Because what you don't want is you don't want to mount this on top of the mat board and you have one solid straight edge and the other 3 edges are deckled. Just keep going side to side and then come in and pull down. I will even go back and forth like this so that it really breaks. Watch this. See how it really broke in there? And that gives you more of that hand-poured deckled look. And that is the more desirable thing. Go side to side. See there, it looks like I did it too much, but that's just the right amount. It looks just like the other side. So be patient. Continue to do it. See, I went a little more here than I did on this, so I'll go over here just a little bit more in there. I want it to look like this. This is desirable. Wow, that looks just as good as that edge up there does. And that's how you do an artificial hand-deckled edge on your paper. Thanks for joining me. Remember, if you haven't done so already, hit the like and the subscribe button.